Welcome to Biochemistry Practical Lab. Attention please. Today we will estimation the blood glucose level. There are so many methods to detect blood glucose level. Foligno tube method, O-toluidine method or orthotoluidine method, and glucose oxidase method. Today we estimate blood glucose level by glucose oxidase method. Introduction. Glucose is the main sugar found in the blood. Blood glucose is well feed state. Comes from dietary carbohydrate and in fasting state comes by the process of glycogenolysis and gluconeogenesis. Blood glucose level are usually lowest in the morning before the first meal and rise after meal for an hour or 2 hours. The principle of this method. The aldehyde group of glucose is oxidized by glucose oxide to gluconic acid and hydrogen peroxide. The hydrogen peroxide formed is broken down to water and oxygen by peroxide in the presence of an oxygen acceptor, which itself is converted to a colored compound. The intensity of color of which is proportional to the amount of glucose. This can be read colorimetrically. Requirements of reagents. R1 buffer solution, R2 glucose enzyme substrate, and R3 glucose standard solution, whose concentration is 5.5 millimole per liter or 100 milligram per deciliter. Preparation of working solution. 1 bottle of R2 enzyme substrate mix with 1 bottle of R2 buffer solution. Mix well and wait for 20 to 30 minutes to dissolve enzyme with the buffer properly. This mixing solution is called working solution. The working solution will preserve at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade temperature and the refrigerator. We have to remember that the temperature must be raised at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade to room temperature before use. Now, requirements of instruments and apparatus. We need colorimeter, centrifuge machine, micropipette, micropipette tips, test tubes, test tube rags, marker, blood glucose working solution, standard solution, and hand gloves. At first, we centrifuge the blood to separate the serum or plasma 5 to 10 minutes at 2000 to 3000 rpm by centrifuge machine. Now we take 3 test tube and remark by marker. Here B for blank, T for test, and S for standard. Now we adjust micropipette at 1000 microliter. Then we take 1000 microliter of glucose working solution in each tube. Then discard the tips in the waste pot. According to procedure, now we take 10 microliter specimen in the T-Marks tube. And gently shake. Now we take 10 microliter standard solution in S-Marks tube and gently shake. Now add 10 microliter distilled water in B-Marks tube. To add distilled water is not mandatory because distilled water is a neutral solution. It will not react with the working solution of glucose. We incubate the tubes for 10 minutes at room temperature or 5 minutes at 37 degrees centigrade temperature. After incubation period, we take reading against blank. At first, we on power switch. Then we ensure the nanometer. We need 530 nanometer to read the absorbance of taste and absorbance of standard against blank. Now we adjust 0 by using blank. 0 may adjust coarse tuning and finally fine tunings. Now read the absorbance of taste. We see the absorbance of taste is 0.34. And now read absorbance of standard. We say the absorbance of standard is 0.38. Now calculate the concentration of unknown sample equal to absorbance of test divided by absorbance of standard into concentration of standard. We know the concentration of standard is 100 milligram per deciliter. Absorbance of test is 0.34. Absorbance of standard is 0.38. Now, after calculation, we find the result of unknown specimen is 113.1 milligram per deciliter. Thank you so much.